I missed something. Legion Sprinter. Sorry.
That's okay.
I missed it.
Not easy to do.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'm here with Competitive Cyclist, and we're here to talk to Ty Magner about his bike. He's a former national champion, won last week in DC, and is a Legion Sprinter. So yeah, run us through your bike, man. Like, what frame is this?
This is the S-Works SL7. This bike is extremely aero. It might not look it just from facing this way, but from the front, it's as aero as any other bike out there.
Yeah, and your particular riding style, like what do you are you sprinter, you climb, like?
Definitely more of a sprinter, primarily just race crits. So I'm kind of far back in the train, and I need a stiff bike, I need a bike that corners well, and a bike that's aero, and this does it all.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how do you have it set up? Like, what's your handlebar width and just your setup?
These are 40s here on the front. I've always ridden 42s my entire career, but just last year I went to 40s and very comfortable. So 120, I think it's a -6. Let's see. Nope, 12 degree. I was off, way off. Okay. 120, 12 degrees stem, and I run a setback seat post as well.
That's awesome. And what about the drivetrain? What are you guys running for drivetrain?
I have a 52 up front, 170 cranks, 5239 with 2810 on the back. So you have a wide range with the SRAM axis here. I love the gear ratios. Especially with the 52 on the front chainring.
Yeah. And 170 crank arm, that seems a little bit short than most people would run. What size is the bike, and why do you run that?
This is a 54 centimeter frame, and like I said, 170s. Mainly, I don't have extremely long legs for my body type, and the pedal stroke feels way more natural to me with 170s. Okay. I've ridden 165s on a time trial bike before. And so if mechanics didn't hate me for it, I would probably ask for 165s too for crits. So we'll see. I mean, maybe next year, but the smaller you can go, the better. I mean, it's just way more comfortable, and you can pedal through corners and crits, and you can just really snap up the gear.
Yeah, pedaling through the corners, that's probably a big advantage.
Yeah, it's huge.
Cool. Yeah. And then you guys are using power on there as well, right?
Yep.
That's the cork?
That's a cork. That comes standard on our race bikes for sure.
Nice. And then you guys use the Hammerhead to read that data?
Exactly. So Hammerhead up front, you have loads of data that I just use speed, distance, power, and occasionally the heart rate. But you can go so far into Hammerhead and maps and everything you could ever want, really. So it's an awesome feature.
Yeah, that is really cool. Do you use power at all while you're racing, or do you just train with power?
No, not really.
Okay.
I have it on, and I'll look at it occasionally after a race, but I don't have training peaks or any of that, so it uploads to Strava, and I can see some stuff. But for the most part, I just keep it on the speed and the time for the bike race, and then see it at the end. Gotcha.
Cool. And then your wheels. What are you running for wheels and tires?
These are the 404s, the Tubeless, and I actually haven't raced these yet. We have a few different sets here on the team, and the guys been wanting me to try these out. They're the Tubeless, so I'll be running between 65, 68 PSI. And cool. I've also been on the NSWs and the 454s, which they're also a great wheel.
Yeah, and those are the ones that kind of have like the wavy pattern.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a little bit more aero in the crosswinds. Train on the 303s. So this is first time on these for this weekend, so I'm interested. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's cool. And the Tubeless, you really like the Tubeless? That helps you out in the turns and stuff?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. They're saying the lower the pressure you go, the better these days. So I've been experimenting. When I'm at home training, I don't pump up my tires too often, maybe once a week. So when I go to pump it up and I see, oh man, I've been riding at 48 PSI for the past 3 days. It still feels pretty quick, and racing wise, you're going lower and lower. So around 65, it's pretty nice. And it feels good. The grip feels good. They still feel like they roll pretty fast.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what saddle are you using on your bike?
This is actually probably one of the more different things on this team. I run a Phenom, which is the mountain bike saddle.
Yeah.
I love the contour of it. I love the length of it. A lot of the saddles now are going shorter and shorter, but this kind of allows me to move all over the seat.
Okay, so you prefer the one that has like a little bit longer?
Yeah, because I find myself really getting everything I can out of this bike and my body specifically. So sometimes I'm right here on the saddle, sometimes I'm back here on the saddle.
Yeah.
I don't like just being stuck in one position.
Yeah.
These disc brakes are phenomenal. They're amazing. especially if you're descending in training or descending in a race, you can stop on a dime. You can stop on a dime in a crit. It's the pads last forever. I never go through a pair of brake pads at home.
Yeah.
They'll last me all season. Easy to work on, and yeah, the stopping power it's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. You feel like it gives you an advantage over some of the people that have rim brakes?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can't beat them, to be honest.
Yeah, man, this is a sweet bike. Besides the features, the design of the bike's really cool too. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, but it's by far the coolest bike I've ever ridden.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the graffiti all over it. You can see have the Shrink the Dream big up here. It's kind of the brainchild of the Williams brothers, and to be able to ride such a beautiful machine it's inspiring to get on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And do you change anything for different races, or do you kind of just run this setup all the time? You know, you said you change out the wheels a little bit, but
wheels are the main thing. My home bike has round bars for training. They're a little different than these, but not so different. But yeah, it's pretty much, this is the bike that I would choose to race on any race around the world.
Yeah, man, this is a really cool bike. Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks for talking to Spec'd Bike.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, have a good one. Good luck in the races.
Yeah, thanks, Ian.